Hey there, Denisha. How you doing? It's me, Nakimbe. It's so great to have you back. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how Mappdom does its blogs and articles. Because you are in the mild program, you're not just going to be executing a function. I'm going to be teaching you things that are going to help you to be a top marketer so that you can market your own services and products effectively the way corporations do. And or you can just make money on the side, being a marketing representative with Mappdom or going out and helping people on your own. So first thing I need to let you know is all articles should be a minimum of 500 words, but that's what we tell our clients because sometimes they get overwhelmed. A minimum of 500 words. We really like to do 1,500 words average. So I don't even really like 1,250. I really like 1,500 to 2,500 words. And that is because this is some of your mild training right now. Google likes a lot of content, so they want, robust. They want robust information. So if you're just writing some fluff, anybody can do that in 500 words. But if you're writing some real serious content, coming up with 1,500 words means you're going to have to dig deeply. So our articles and our blog posts should be 1,500 words. You're going to pick the main image as well as the featured image. I'm going to show you how to tag all of our image names, like the naming convention. None of the images on our blogs right now have the proper naming convention. So it's going to be up to you to download the image, rename it, and upload it with the new image name. Or if you can do that through WordPress, just go ahead and do that. But the point is you want to do image search engine optimization. Images are a competitive way for you to show up in searches. So when we're naming our images, we want to have the name Mappdom in there. So when anyone types in Mappdom, the image comes up. But we don't necessarily, of course, want to put Mappdom in every single image because we don't want foolish, non-related images to come up. So maybe some of our strategic quote cards or our memes, we can put our names on there. Also, I'm going to teach you when you're doing articles that a lot of different people, you'll notice when they do a blog, they just do a blog. There's no call to action at the end. There's usually a little social proof tactic where it says so-and-so is a professor at so-and-so and they've written this and this is what they do and this is their company, which is a type of content marketing. So you're creating content, and if people like their content, you're hoping I like this person, let me go look it up. No, that doesn't normally happen. So with our blogs, we have a clear call to action at the end of it. You'll see what those are. And we also post our blogs and articles not just to give information, but to promote conversion. So there'll be branding strategies mixed in with our articles and our blogs. Brand strategies, little commercials, well, whatever. You'll see it as we go through. But the reason I wanted to tape this now is because we have to come up with a title. One of the other things you're going to be responsible for is search engine optimization. We have 2 plugins in this WordPress site. One is all-in-one SEO. The other one is Yoast. So I'm going to need you to do some research on all-in-one SEO as well as what SEO is. I need you to do some research on keywords and tags and what else was I thinking? SEO, keywords, the importance of meta tags, description, and your title. So I'm saying that because I need to give this post a title and I don't know what to do yet, so I figured I would take you along with me on the journey. You can shadow me, you can be my apprentice and take a over-your-shoulder peek at what I'm doing as we come up to this together, because this is going to be your role and responsibility moving on, getting at least one article a week. Maybe we will start minimally for November and December, doing one every other week just to see how you're doing with your flow and your pace, and then we'll kick it up to once a week. And we essentially want to have content coming out every single day, but it can't just be articles, right? So we want to have blog posts, articles, videos, audio recordings, podcasts, webinars, etc. That way we always have content, but it always looks like it's new and different and it's changed up, but it's really sort of reinforcing our brand and reinforcing our brand messaging while providing content that is designed to convert, okay? So normally this is what's going to happen. I'm just going to have a brain dump about something. You can get it in a WhatsApp voice message. It could be on Trello. It won't be on Slack. It could be a video. I'm just not necessarily sure, but you will get information on a topic that I want to write, that I would like you to write about. Another strategy I want you to do some research is, it's called anchoring. Follow, not follow. I want you to take a look at some of those terms, but in here you'll see something called read more. So what you want to do is you want to story tell. That's something you're going to learn in this lesson here. You want to learn how to story tell. You want to do an Alice in Wonderland kind of thing where you take them on this emotional journey, which is a psychological tactic to get people sort of hooked and like waiting with bated breath, and then you have to bring everything back full circle. You want to make some of the things in this particular case, well, I'll teach you some stuff here about making your title. Your title should have your keyword in it. It should be interesting. Let me actually write that. Keyword. Include keywords. Include conversion keywords, which means you have to know what you're selling. Include conversion keywords. I'm going to say useful, unique, and fascinating. Sure, we won't call it this, but maybe conversions. Okay, so here we go. Let's just keep going here. So you're going to open this up and you're going to go into blog, and we're going to have featured images at the top. So here's our featured image because this blog is going to be about strategy, but I'm actually going to put some words over this and do some branding, and then we'll replace this video after. Okay, so these are the two possible. So this could be the feature image, which means when someone posts our URL somewhere, this is the image that's going to show up. So that's definitely what we want, and we want all featured images to be branded with our fist or local logo or the Mappdom signature or something, so that when people are seeing the article name and the image, they will know and think of Mappdom. So then you have to have your initial you have to have your initial image, right? So do you want it to be something new that the story is about, or do you want it to have the same image? So actually, now that I'm speaking about it out loud, we're going to keep the same image because there's something that's very important online, which is I don't even know. And you want to have a seamless experience. So if they click on this, this is what they're expecting to see. When they open up the article, they should see the same image. So I'm going to copy. Jeez, what did I do? Okay, well, who cares? We're taking it out anyway, I suppose. Let's just get rid of this. Okay, so the image is going to be the same, but one of the things I was saying is that you should split test images. Well, you know what? Yeah, there we go. You can split test featured images and post the same article. Like, I'm going to get you to write this article and someone else to write the exact same article. They're obviously going to be different. We're going to split test which one receives more receptivity from readers, like which one people read more, which one people, when they're reading it, which articles they click in more, which images get more clicks, whether we're putting this article or blog on LinkedIn or Facebook. Like, you know, we're testing the images. So testing is very important in market research and conversion because, again, My challenge with small businesses is that, and no slight against any of them, it's totally not their fault. But they hear about different programs or do this strategy and do this strategy, and they do it and they still don't get the results and they don't know why. Because someone will tell you, hey, have a really great image on your blog or article, but they never tell you that you should split test them. That way you can see which one works the best, which one converts more, and use that information to create more effective marketing. They don't tell you that part. But here at Mappdom, we tell you that part. It's kind of dark in here. Okay, I hope that's better for you. It's better for me. Okay, so you want to test your images and you want to test your subject lines. Again, you're going to write something and someone else is going to write something. You guys will have different subject lines. We'll post them both and see which subject line gets better. But in your subject line, what you want to do is include useful converting keywords. So in order to know what keywords to do, we have to decide what is the purpose of this article. We're not just posting to post. We want there to be some kind of conversion activity. So we want people to buy our services, to buy the online marketing program, or to become clients of ours, basically. Those are the two things we want, for them to buy our program or to become clients. So then we'd have to figure out, what we offer as a company and what our product delivers, which is, corporate level marketing assistance for small businesses that they can do on their own time with our online program. So we would be looking for business owners who want to take their business to the next level. So what kind of things, and that's why it's important to know who your target audience is because we're not looking for new people who are starting out in business because their learning curve is it's far too steep. Our ideal market is someone that's already been doing well in business and they just don't want to do their own marketing. Basically, they don't want to do their marketing anymore. It's either not working or they just want to take it to the next level or delegate the responsibility. Any one of those three could be reasons why people would want someone to take over their marketing, right? So we have to think about that person, and there's a part of this you'll find out in this article, is you sort of have to get into the mindset of your audience and figure out what problem do they have and how do our services and products solve those problems for them. What solutions do we offer, and where are they looking for solutions, and how can we hook them? Because basically they're going to see the title. The goal is for them to see the title and think, oh yes, I want to click on this. I'm going to get information that's going to help me. Not, oh no, I want to click on this. They're going to sell me something, right? Oh yeah, I want to click on this. They're going to give me information that's going to help me. It's useful information. It's unique. So it's not like, oh brother, I've heard this before. And there's some level of fascination to it, which means it's general and curiosity invoking enough that even if you're not interested in marketing, you're just like, hey, what's that about? And that's where the fascination part comes in. So even getting our title and our headline is actually a very involved process, okay? But you're going to be responsible for that. So we're going to go through this article and figure out, what is the best service or product to offer based on the content of this strategy, and then who our target audience would be, what their problems are, what solutions we provide for them, what are the transformative outcomes that we promise that will be delivered if they get our services and products, and then shape and customize this context and text around that to get them to convert, okay? So that's a lot, and we haven't even started. So let's start. So one of the first things you're going to be doing, and there's no particular time in the process in which you have to do it. You can pick your image first, last, or somewhere in between. It doesn't matter. But you want to test images. So think about one or two, and then I'd like for you to tell me your thinking behind which two images that you chose, and they should be very dissimilar in that, for example, I was doing a Facebook ad for somebody, and it was for pre-purchase inspection for vehicles. So one of the things we did, one of the ad images we did was of a lemon. Like, you don't want to get stuck with a lemon. That's an inanimate object. The other ad that we used was of a female smiling. So, she's a person, right? That's an animated object. So we're testing what works better for this ad, inanimate objects or animated objects. And then let's say we see that the ones with people work best, then you could test, well, do I want to test the image of a female or a male or an older person or a younger person, right? So you're testing to see which images get the most attention, which images get the most clicks. If it was the inanimate object, then we could use a picture of a lemon, or we could use an old beat down car, but you're sort of seeing which one works and then refining and refining and refining and refining and refining and refining from there. So my point is, when you're writing an article, I would like you to select 2 images that could possibly be featured. We'll split test them, and you will give me your rationale and reasoning for why you picked the 2 images. And we're also going to test subject lines to see which subject lines work better. So once we test the images and say, oh, okay, most people tend to click on this image. Great. So then we'll use that same image but have different headlines. And then you want to see which headline works best. And then you want to sort of do some analysis on, well, what in the headline was getting it to convert most. And once you get that formula, you can use it in other headlines moving forward, okay? So you want to test your featured images, test your subject line. You want to make sure that it's interesting, intriguing, fascinating, and still includes the important keywords. For example, I need a business consultant. That's somebody who's acknowledging that they're only gotten to a certain level in their business. In order for them to get to the next level, they need a business consultant. So if I'm a small business person having these challenges and I decide to go online, I need a business consultant, I might type that in. I need a business consultant. Where can I find a business consultant? Who makes a good business consultant? What are the prices of a business consultant? Are business consultants worth it? Like, you should probably come up with at least 10 keywords or mental scenarios that a small business person would be searching for online for you to get your keywords. You can also do this through a couple of our resources, through Google Keyword Research Tool and search volume patterns, and a couple other ones that I'll give you in the Mild Resource Center. But so you want to get into the mind of the consumer, figure out what they're going to be searching for. That's going to help you with the keywords, and then you're going to confirm keywords and get further keyword ideas by looking up some keyword search tools and getting some data information. What are people searching for the most? Blah, 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 blah. But you don't want to be too specific. You want to be granular, because someone who gets more specific with their search engine titles and phraseology is closer to buying. They're not just in the general search mode, they're in buying mode. Again, that's something we're going to go over in this article here. Okay, so you want to test your features, you want to test your subject lines, you want to make it interesting and fascinating, and you want to incorporate keywords. We're going to have 2 different articles written by 2 different people. That's going to help with syndication and all sorts of other stuff. It's article spinning. Actually, that's probably something I'd like you to look up as well, article spinning. Then you have Control A and then Control B, and then you split test them. Now this says to split test image. This says to the Control A would be the split test image with the Google search, because it's different and it stands out. You know what? Oh yeah, we're testing featured images, but okay, don't worry about that. And then the tone, what is the tone that we're using when we're speaking to people in this article? It's going to be a very conversational tone. Okay? This here just says that this is a boring picture. Eventually I'm going to send you something that's going to have some writing on it with our Mappdom fist and our signature. Okay, and this is just some mild training for you. Now, the way this article is written, a lot of times I'm just going to have a brain dump and then I get off into tangents. So one of the ways for you to find out how to continue the story is to look for arrows. There'll be an arrow at the end, and then there'll be a whole bunch of stuff, and then there'll be another arrow, and that will be where the story continues or picks up from. Okay? When you're picking images, I'm just going to do it all now. This is just going to be a mod lesson. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Brand it, make it interesting, unique enough that people want to share it. Right, so you want to do something. I'm not going to get into it all now, but we're picking this picture, but we want people to share it. So why would people share a picture of a chessboard? It's really boring. It's very common, but we're going to talk about strategy, and we're going to give a new look or name or feel to strategy. We're going to give people an aha moment, and they're going to be like, oh, this is really cool. I'm going to forward it to somebody. That's the goal, for them to forward and share. It will be branded with our fist and our name, and that's sort of how you start to brand and get into the minds of people. People are not always ready to buy right away, so you just want to be top of mind, so when they are ready to buy, you're the one they think of, you're the one they call, you're the one that they refer. Okay, now whenever you see these hashtags, this is just sort of to let you know that these are some possible tags, and I'll go through each one of them and why. And this is going to be important when we start to understand our demographics. So that's also going to have to be another one of your assignments, and something I'm going to have to teach you, is to let you know who is our ideal client, so that you'll know what hashtags and tags to use. So when people are searching for those terms, they find us, we come up, we have a call to action, they buy us, or keep us in their back pocket for a later time. Oh, okay, so this is saying this is a boring picture. We'll brand it to make it interesting enough that people will want to share it. It has to be unique and generic, which means it's not offensive to anyone. It's accepted by all people. If it's accepted by all people, that sort of means that it's a basic thing that all humans can connect to. And what are the few things that all things people can connect to? They're basic human emotions. You'll notice that all really good branding, all really good commercials, all really good advertising, they tie into basic human emotions. Fear, happiness, and joy, health, longevity, success. Basic human emotions, I'm going to give you in the Mappdom, in the Mild Resource Center, I'll give you a list of what those basic human emotions are. So as you'll see more in this article, what we're talking about is strategy. Everybody can connect or understand strategy, whether it's strategy in business, strategy for school, a life plan, how you're going to get a girl to date you, how you're going to get out of a relationship, what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat, politics, the animal kingdom. Everybody has familiarity and experience with strategy. So once we give a new spin to it, it can click to everybody, and that's what we want. Something that's generic and general enough to click and connect with everybody. And how to do that, again, is use basic human emotions. So just really quickly, I've hashtagged these because people that are interested in human emotions might be people that are interested in psychology. They just kind of have a curious mindset, and they might be a good prospect for us. Mapped and branding throughout the article. Yeah, so we'll have little mini commercial breaks throughout the article, which can go to a video or go to another article, but you don't want them to click off and stop reading what you're reading, right? But it is sort of good sometimes to get them down this rabbit hole. If they stay on your website longer, Google really likes it. Google thinks, oh, this must be a good website because people are staying on it for a long time. They're not bouncing back. They don't have a high bounce rate. I want you to research that too. What is bounce back and your bounce back rate? So we want to have little mini commercials and little, ad opportunities, branding opportunities, so that, again, we're sort of getting into their mind, and it's called neuromarketing. Definitely want this hashtag because someone who's looking into neuromarketing really is going to appreciate strategy and Mappdom's approach to online and digital marketing. So that would definitely be one of the tags. And as I go through this, we might get like 10 or 20 tags. We're not going to want all of them. Again, we're going to want the most important ones that are going to appeal to the people that are most likely to convert, that are our ideal clients. So if I had to pick hashtags, like if I had to pick neuromarketing or human emotions, I would definitely pick neuromarketing because this person is closer to buying our services than someone that just might be interested in general human emotions, right? Okay. Now the article begins. Okay. So this is it. Ever wonder who puts, and I'm going to need you to clean this up because this is all just a brain dump, okay? Ever wonder who puts stuff up on the internet? I mean, it just seems to appear there, right? But in reality, obviously, someone is actually putting this stuff there. I ask this because I'm trying to come up with an acronym for the word strategy. Strategy is a word that we all use all the time. All use all the time, that's boring language, so I want you to change it. Strategy is a word that, whatever, it's up to you to think about. But what does it actually mean? I know I can't be the only one who thinks this. We just sort of hear strategy all the time. Okay, strategy, strategy, strategy. But what does it really mean? So that made me think of the chess image. Oh, so that made me think, oh, maybe I'll do a chess image that would be general enough to make into a meme that could be shared and passed around. It's fresh, it's new, it's innovative, it's shareable. It will make those who share it look good and make them seem like they're smart. It's like groundbreaking. Oh, there's this new way to look at what strategy really means. So I needed to come up for an acronym for strategy. And there's a book called Contagious. I want you to make reference to him. Probably use the image of the book title in our blog again so that we can search engine optimize it. People who are looking for the book Contagious are interested in sharing and posts that work. If they find that image on our website and they come to our website, they might like what we offer. So I'm going to ask you to look up this guy's name. It's not Noah. I can't remember. Look up his name, look up the book, and make reference to his name and the book title and an image of it here. Images are really important to include in your blog posts and your articles. Okay. And the colors match so perfectly with the meme I created yesterday. I could practice my quote card business strategy. Business strategy is another word. That's why I kept it here. It's really good to tag those words. I might have to clean this up to you. I might have to clean this up for you. Basically, I'm saying, hey, have you ever wondered who puts stuff up on the internet? I'm asking you this. Well, actually, let's get into more of the story. Okay. Let's go again. Ever wonder who puts stuff up on the internet? I mean, it just seems to appear there, right? But in reality, obviously, someone is actually putting this stuff up there. I ask this because I'm trying to come up with an acronym for the word strategy. Strategy is one of those words that we use all of the time, but what does it actually mean? You know what? I don't even think this is supposed to be here. I asked this because I'm trying to come up with an acronym for the word strategy. Okay, let's keep going with it. I asked this because I'm trying to come up with an acronym for the word strategy. Strategy is a word that we use all the time. Boring language. But what does it really mean? I know I can't be the only one who thinks that. That made me think of a chess image. Would be, see, this is out of place. Trader to be good and so it can meme get shared around. It's fresh, it's new, it's innovative. So this actually should be from another part of the story. You'll have to figure it out. I think this should come later on in the story because I haven't even talked about yet how I came up with this chess image. So just bear with me for a second. Okay, strategy is a word we all use all the time, but what does it really mean? I mean, I can't be the only one who thinks this. Yeah, I get it. I think I know what I did at the end. Ever wonder who puts stuff up on the internet? I mean, it just seems to appear right, but in reality, obviously, someone's actually putting it there. I asked this because I'm trying to come up with an acronym for the word strategy. Why? Strategy is a word. How about we go like that? Yeah, why? Strategy is a word that we use all the time, but what does it really mean? I know I can't be the only one who thinks this. Thinking about, here we go. Thinking about strategy as we refer to it at Mappdom. We use a chess image to convey strategy in our business. I was thinking this would this would make a great image for a meme or quote card because it's general to make into a meme, so you want to correct this because I used the word meme there twice. Because it's general enough to make into a meme that could get shared and passed around. Or maybe you can keep it. The idea a new acronym for strategy. Again, a word we all use all of the time. Well, that's not true. But we're putting a fresh new spin on it. It's fresh. So this new acronym for strategy, it's fresh, it's new, it's innovative, it's shareable. I'm just going to put here think tank thought leadership. This is for your own sort of miles training. You want to come up with new and creative themes that make you unique in the marketplace, right? You don't want to just do the whole thing. So we're the first people to come up with an acronym for the name strategy. That's a big deal. That's groundbreaking. Also, we can use this meme. It brands marketing. It brands Mappdom, I should say. It's going to be unique, this new acronym. It's general. It's something everybody can relate to. And because it's new and fresh, it's something that people can share, and they'll share it, and it will have our branding on it. Just very subtle, because people don't like to promote other people's brands, but we need to make sure the message is strong enough that they'll want to promote it anyway, so there's that fine balance with the design. Okay, acronym. Okay, the idea of blah, blah, blah. Business strategy. That would be a keyword or something that we want to use so that people can find us. And remember, we're going to have to work in, this is just for your notes, okay? Work in search terms. Okay, so what I mean to say is people who just type in the word, you don't want to just have the word business strategy in the article. I mean, you do. You want to have the word business strategy, you want it to read well, you want it to make sense. But you also want to use the phraseology that someone who's in a buying mode would use in the article. So someone who's just typing in business strategy, we don't know what they're looking for, right? So we don't, and there's so much competition, we wouldn't just show up for business strategy anyway. We don't have enough backlinks. That's something I'm also going to want you to look into, but you don't have to look into it for this assignment. But write it down because I want you to look up what backlinks are and do a little research and write up a video on it. But it might be some, anyway. Somebody who wants to get better at their business strategy might ask the question, how can I get better at my business strategy? That is someone who is in buying mode rather than someone who just types in business strategy. How can I get better at my business strategy? That's a problem, and then we're going to be the solution. We're going to be the ones to solve it. So you might want to include that term in an article that we want to convert for that keyword. And you might say in the article, you probably asked yourself, what can I do to improve my business strategy? You know what I mean? So you want to include their exact phraseology. Hardly anyone's going to be using that. Hardly any of our competition is going to be using that. Most people don't have that level of marketing depth and knowledge. So there'll be little competition, and then we can show up in the Google search engine and ranking for that particular keyword. Okay? All right, getting back to the story. Ever wonder who puts stuff up on the internet? I mean, it just seems to appear there. I started thinking about this because I was trying to come up for an acronym for the word strategy. So far, I have all the letters and accompanying words, except I need something for the letter E. This just says, I could have said, but I don't have the letter E. We try to use positive language all the time. Okay? So far, it starts off like this. S is for successful, T is for tactics, R is resulting. I won't reveal the rest here because I don't want you to steal it. Smiley face. And then here you would continue from smiley face, right? So the sentence is, I don't want you to steal it, smiley face. So I have all the letters except E, and what I need is a positive adjective that starts with the letter E. This is like to complete my acronym. Do I have a... Okay. You can say, because this is a little bit weird, I know. Okay. So I have all the letters except E, and what I need is a positive adjective word that starts with that letter to complete my acronym. I know it's very specific, but I knew exactly how to get what I wanted because I've been in marketing so long. It's just second nature to me. Okay, so this is just mild learning here. Oh, right, yeah, because I was going to say here, I've been in marketing for so long. I've been marketing for, what? That's what I knew exactly here. I've been in marketing for so long. To communicate with that level of specificity is just second nature to me. So long is a very boring amount of time, right? So I want to put, I've been in marketing because I've been in marketing and communications for over 23 years, I know how to not waste time and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Because I've been in marketing and communication for over 23 years. You see the difference between I've been in it for so long compared to 23 years? You also want to use an odd letter because that registers in the mind differently. It also subtly and subconsciously communicates that, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 2 decades, right? I'm also letting you know that I'm so good that these things come second nature to me. So this is all the subtle sort of stuff that goes into marketing. Okay, so this just gets into thinking because later we're going to talk about the buyer's journey. So it's like I know how not to waste time and get right down to the point. If other people want to learn how to do that, they'll appreciate this. I thought, okay, this is the buyer's journey here. Okay, if I type in words that start with the letter E, I'll get too many broad general terms and an overwhelming amount of information. So I should narrow them down. What kind of E word do I need? I need an adjective. Okay, so adjective words that start with the letter E, but I'm like, oh, I could get negative words. I don't want negative words. I want positive words. So it came up to positive adjective words that start with the letter E. And boom, within 0.0435 seconds, I get exactly what I'm looking for. And I feel so grateful. I don't think we need to hashtag this word in those moments. And thankful. That's what made me think, wait a minute, who am I thinking exactly? Okay. And then, again, remember I talked about those little mini commercial breaks. You want to take them down the rabbit hole, so you can say, want to learn more about the buyer's journey, click here, right? Little mini commercial. So then this shows the arrow continuation. Ooh, well, actually, oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, who am I thinking exactly? Uh, who gathered this data? Who spent the time researching all the words that start with every letter in the alphabet and put them online? Blah, 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 blah. Here is a picture of the image. It gets them involved. This should be bold if it's mild. Why is this not bold? Whatever. Okay, yeah, so you're just going to write this, and then there's MSlice TV, which is marketing with a slice of TV, so people can learn marketing lessons and life lessons, but not everybody wants to know my personal life or wants personal lessons. So at that point, they can sort of, those people that want to continue the story with the personal line, they can click on it. Other people can just continue reading. So that says this here, click off opportunity, marketing with a slice of life now. Go on. So if they just want to continue with marketing, they can find out more things like memes, quote cards, posting schedules, and best practices, split testing, etc. It'd be like, click here. For those who want the mushy gushy stuff, they can click there. Okay, so who puts this stuff online? We do, I guess. Well, I know. So then it's kind of like, you want to know how this whole strategy meme came into my conscious anyway? Well, here's the truth. I was thinking about strategy this morning because I was thinking about Sam. That's when you get into the personal story. So they can click on another page that will give them the rest of the story. Okay, so when they click there, there's a picture of me and Sam. This is just a sidebar, teachable moment. Why am I using a personal picture? This teaches you a little bit about that. We don't need to have personal dramas. We don't need to have a hashtag about personal dramas. Television dramas, no intrigue. This is just a side note here. Yeah, this is just a side note. Okay, and then this is also going to be a read more. Psychology of like where MSlice got its name. It's just hashtags because those are big. The slice, it sort of breaks it up, catches your attention. Slice also has to do with the 12 slices of the marketing pie. TV web series with a slice of life. This is reference to an actual marketing technique, and on the side is in the brackets, and that can just branch off into so many other things. So anyway, a mild lesson. So remember, I'm not selling anything. Not once do I ever talk about our services or products. I'm qualifying people with the language. I am branding people. I'm drawing people into a story. I'm storytelling. I'm being relatable with the 2.0, with the 0.029 seconds. We all know that that comes up in Google. Talking about strategy, being relatable, right? Once you do that and you sort of are able to connect with people on a human emotional level, they feel like they're getting to know me, like me, trust me. There's a bonding and imprinting that takes place. We're not going to put anything about Twilight there. Forget about this. Am I being generic? Don't get too... Oh yeah, you want to be generic. You don't want to get too deep in any one topic. Otherwise, you'll lose the audience. Like, you don't want to get too technical or too emotional, too gushy, whatever. How much longer is this? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so you want to know how this whole strategy meme came into my consciousness? Well, here's the truth. I was thinking about strategies this morning because I was thinking about Sam. I was really missing him yesterday. Anyhow, this morning I was cleaning up the applications on my Mac. It was too full. I wanted to delete some stuff. I thought I'm going to delete this chess application. That made me sad because I miss Sam. We used to play chess together. I don't think I specified that, so you might want to write that in there. I thought, hey, let me just put a chessboard on my Instagram, and that will be like my little commemoration, my public commemoration to him. And oh yeah, chess from the computer, missing Sam, Chess also has to do with Mappdom's branding. So, oh yeah, I can put that as a part of it as well. Brand. We don't need images, but I think brand is going to be important. I don't need to come up for somebody typing the word images, right? But if someone wants to type in, oh, actually, if someone types in brand images, that's pretty specific. Brand images. Oh my gosh. And then I write it separately so that you know it's a real word. Images, I'll post one of those pictures. Hey, while I'm at it, I'll make it into a Mappdom quote card because I've been experimenting with quote cards lately. And I put one up with an orange and blue, and that will really sort of tie into this same color today. Okay, this just talks about me entertaining myself. This is some mild note for you. So I wrote this here. This way I can commemorate Sam and get a business. It's like I'm entertaining myself. Who else would know? But what I'm actually doing is like, oh, let me see what she posted on Instagram. Like, who else is going to know the strategy behind this? But now if somebody goes to my Instagram and they see the meme, they're going to know, yeah, this is not just about Mappdom branding. There's a story behind this. There's a heartache and a love story behind this. So it gets people curious. So even though I'm saying who else is going to know, I'm revealing it to you right now so you're going to know. So it's kind of like a strategy. You're sort of like accidentally letting somebody in on a secret. Like, oh, I wasn't supposed to tell you that, but you fully wanted them to know. That's the strategy there. And then it just talks about, yeah, if we're able to do this for ourselves, we can do this for you too. So that's the call to action. That's the call to action. Every single one of our articles has to have a call to action. We don't just write to write. We write to convert. We want them to be so taken in by what they're saying, they decide to do business with us. They see the value in doing business with us. They see the importance in doing business with us to take their business to the next level. We have to prove that all throughout the article writing. So then I thought about all of this mental work I was doing and how I'm going to use strategy and how I'm going to put it in my Instagram and how I'm going to make it relate to Sam and how I'm going to make it relate to business. And all of this mental work was strategy. And this is talking about how the whole world is full of strategy. So that's why I decided to use the meme. And then this could branch off into another story. Hey, create a brand document for yourself. Or it could be a whole other article on why content is king and small businesses need to be producing content. So again, they'll be like, hey, do you need to produce content for your business? Click here to read more. And then it just talks about why doing it on your own, learning how to do it on your own phone can be quicker once you have a brand document in place instead of taking the time to explain it to somebody on Fiverr. It takes time. You gotta pay money. You may not be able to communicate your vision well enough. They may not understand it well enough. They may not produce the right thing. But if you have empowerment and control, you can create your own meme on your phone. That would lead into another story about Fiverr and how sometimes I used to get upset when I would ask them to do something and they wouldn't do it correctly, and then I had to take responsibility. Responsibility is a huge part of this. Tommy Newberry, for sure, he has this great book called Success is Not an Accident. Oh, la 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 la. Oh, shit. One of the most transformative books for me. This always reminds me when I'm like, oh, I'm too lazy to do this. No, if it can help somebody, then why the heck not do it? Because this book really helped me. So this would be a whole other story. We want to hashtag Tommy Newberry because people who are reading that book, Success is Not an Accident, those guys are serious people. And they would make good clients for us. Not someone who just registered a domain name and doesn't know anything about marketing. That's not our target market. We will collect their information on landing pages and then qualify them, answer these questions. How long have you been in business? What's your industry? Blah, blah, blah. Click. Then they get their free report. And then it will go one of two ways. We'll have some sort of software that differentiates the type of people, but if they meet our qualifications, if they've been in business for at least 3 years, have monthly business expenses of anywhere from $200, $300, $500, have some staff, blah, 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 they're our right market. If other people fill in this form and they're just starting out, they haven't done anything, then we just, you know, give them some free tools or some inexpensive tools, and we still try to monetize that group, but that's not our main focus. But you want to offer services and products across all price points so that you can maximize your spread and breadth of the number of customer acquisitions that you can have overall, right? So obviously the greater amount of people that are starting businesses don't understand anything. If we exclude all of them from our business model, we'll lose a lot of money. So you want to really cater to the people that pay the bills, but you don't want to exclude the people that maybe can't at this point. You can probably still help them, again, so you're nurturing them along their entrepreneurial journey, and then those who do well and are ready to go into the next level, they will have established a bond with us and maybe some loyalty, and when they're ready, they'll do business with us. So that's just another little tactic there. And this just talks about why I was practicing doing memes so much a little bit long ago. Creating memes, learn more how to create a creative brief so that you get your mental design down every time. And to read more usually means it goes back to the story. And this is just a quick recap for you, so that you can sort of craft this story. This is how it all got started, basically. I was missing Sam, so I decided to clear. I was missing Sam yesterday. I didn't clear it off, so I'm just going to say question if I should. Okay? And then who puts all, and this is just, we're all contributors to the World Wide Web. Content is king. Create content. Those guys were creating content. This is now why there was a website that I was able to go to that had positive adjective words that start with the letter E, because somebody put that content there. And I went to their website and I found them. Content is king. Create content. Content is king would be another article. So I'm actually going to get you to write all of these articles. These are going to be the first series of articles that we're going to have on the Mappdom blog and website. Excuse me, always. Content, these are articles. Content is king. Distribution is queen. This is another. Read more. I don't even know how this got on here. Oh, I think this is a continuation from content is king. We all create content. Challenge with, I don't even know if that's all right. Okay, so that leads into, we create our own little micro ideal world where the internet serves us up. Okay. So this is another story. Read more here ends. I like Obama and I like David Letterman because they're pretty smart people that watch this show, and my next guest for sure. These are like intelligent people that follow this. I would like for them to find our article. Yep, and then you end the blog, and at the end you write it. Every article, you don't want to have, well, we'll do some testing with it. We don't know if we want to have every single one of these call to actions on every single blog, or if we just want to rotate them. So one will have a follow us, one will have a refer a friend, one will have an ask. I don't like that. I think I want to offer all of them on every single blog. We might do it as a graphic. So like a graphic design, hey, follow us, refer a friend, click here, suggest a topic. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do. Okay, and then you're going to be responsible for learning Yoast, learning all-in-one SEO, and then coming up with a conversion title and meta description. You're going to look at the readability analysis, okay, and then change the language so that whatever they say, if we're not using enough, if we need subheadings, or if it's passive voice as opposed to active voice. So all of these things, you're just going to change it. Your focus keyword, you're going to figure out what those keywords are, like I mentioned, okay? So this is all part of your responsibility. Yeah, so I want you to just quickly learn those things. So yeah, so we're just going to do one of these a week to start. You're going to get the hang of it. One of these every other week to start, then once a week. And there are different pay grades. Like if you're just writing this 1,500 word article, it's just one amount. And then when you start to add these other things and you become a more proficient and professional writer and marketer, you earn the right to earn more money because your value increases, your conversion contribution increases. So once you get really good at this, you'll no longer be making like 15, 20 bucks an article. You'll be making more. But you just have to get all of these things down. You have to be really, really good at what you do, and I've explained a lot of things in this video. So there's another article I want you to do. So, but a lot of the articles in the blog right now are incomplete, and it's going to be your job to complete them. Okay, that's it for now. Take care. Bye. And then, sorry, we also have to make sure that the title actually matches the content of the blog, because right now I'm tempted to write how to write blog posts that convert, but that's not what this content is about. This content is really about strategy. So somehow we should have business strategy, because the picture is about strategy. We want people who are looking for business strategy, business strategy. Tips. I was going to say to grow your following. Do they want to grow more following? What do I want to say? To close more sales. So these are the things that people want. They want to get more followers. They want to close more sales. They want to get more attention. I got to figure out what is the best thing to put in this title, right? Conversion keywords useful. Fascinating tips. No, maybe not anything. But maybe we can include it here. So you always want to answer the question at the end, right? You definitely want to use these words in here. And then you want to close, you want to put a whole big, like, remember, come full circle. Because we went off on a lot of different tangents, but we ended up coming full circle at the end, which is who puts all this stuff on the internet? How did these words with the letter E get on the internet? Right? So you make sure you close it with what you began so that you can close the mental loop in their head. And you also want to close the title. It's like an Oreo. You've got the beginning, the middle, and the end. People always remember the first thing you say and the last thing you say. So you want to make sure that those are like converting terms. So present the problem. This has nothing to do. Oh, wait. Yes, it does. So I'm like, what does this have to do with strategy and the whole image? All right, that's it. You are good to go now, girl.